beat. Whoa, 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 cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Got two left feet, get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street, they're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walking through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat, get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat.
Good evening and welcome to On the Ballroom Beat. I'm your host, Lania Berger, and tonight we have an extra special episode for you because it is our very first time to ever play a national version of Fantasy Dancing with the Stars. That's right, I am going to be playing against some of Arthur Murray's finest to see who has the best Fantasy Dancing with the Stars team. Now, I will be representing the southern part of the country down here in Florida. And again, my name is Lania Berger. I'm the host of On the Ballroom Beat and the franchisee of Palm Harbor, Florida. Playing against me, we're going to move up the East Coast over to the Pennsylvania area where Rosalinda Cardinalli will be playing to represent the East Coast. Rosalinda's been a part of the Arthur Murray organization for over 23 years, and she should have an upper hand in this because she's competed in Dancing with the Stars for local charities. Now, representing the West Coast of the U.S. from Northern California, he's the co-franchisee of 5 Arthur Murray Dance Studios in Northern California. He is the genius behind the Arthur Murray Live blog. We have Chris Lynam. So welcome to the show to Chris and Rosalinda. They are joining us via Skype. Hi, guys.
Hi, Lania. Hi, Chris.
So excited to have you guys on the show today. Now, did you watch Dancing with the Stars? Are you ready to go?
Absolutely.
I am so ready.
Very good.
I am a supporter of Ryan Lochte and his bravery.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
That was nuts. I've never seen anything like that.
I know, me neither. That was, yeah, true entertainment. If you did not watch Dancing with the Stars last night, Monday night, it was a bit chaotic after Ryan Lochte danced. He had the stage stormed basically by some protesters who were very passionately disappointed in his being a part of Dancing with the Stars. In fact, James, I think we have a little bit of footage that shows everyone backstage what was happening during the commercial break. Can you roll that film for them?
A long way to go. Swimming is a, excuse me. Hey, back off. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Off, off.
All right.
Excuse me.
Wow. Okay. I'll tell you what. All right, we'll take a break. We'll get the rest of the judges' comments. Take a deep breath. We'll be right back.
Wild, absolutely wild. So that was some footage that someone caught on their iPhone of what happened during the commercial break. And oh my goodness, we're used to refined, dignified personalities in the ballroom. Not at all last night.
Did you see where Derek Huff was yelling at the lady? Said, "You have to leave now. Get out." is a good show. This is a positive show. You have to leave.
Wow, no, I missed that, but good for Derek. Good for Derek.
Yeah, good for Derek.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is our trophy for Fantasy Dancing with the Stars this year, and this trophy will get mailed to the winner. That's assuming that Rosalinda or Chris win. If not, it will stay right at home in Palm Harbor, which is, of course, what I'm hoping for. So we picked the draft order. I've got a little video to show you quickly of us picking the draft order in Palm Harbor. We have our own Fantasy Dancing with the Stars League for the students and also for the staff. And at our draft last week, we picked the draft order for tonight. Here's what happened. So we are going to be playing Fantasy Dancing with the Stars nationally this year. I will be representing the Arthur Murray Dance Studios of Florida. Yay! Chris Lynam will be representing the Arthur Murray Studios in California. And Rosalinda Cardinalli will be representing the Arthur Murray Dance Studios in Pennsylvania. David, our dance director, is going to pick our draft orders. Who's first?
One is Pennsylvania.
Rosalinda. So that means our third and final draft pick will be
Florida again.
no, Chris Lynam. Okay, excellent. So, Chris, Rosalinda, I will see you next week on the Ballroom Beat for our live draft. Okay, so let's go ahead and let the draft begin. I have the first pick, and I am going to, this shouldn't be no surprise, I'm going with Lori and Val. To me, watching them dance was just such a breath of fresh air. She has so much energy on the floor. I also agreed with Len that I was impressed that she didn't use a bunch of tricks or gymnastics to make herself stand out. She truly learned the dance. She did a great job executing it, and I think she's going to get better and better all season. So that is my first pick, Lori and Val. Rosalinda, you're up next.
Okay, I think that was a very good pick on your choice. I don't see how Lori Hernandez, unless for some reason she has to leave the show, or whatever. So I'm going to go with my heart and soul. I'm going to pick probably a song that people would think I'm crazy to pick, but I like people that break the mold a little bit, do different things. This person played a role in my childhood memories, dancing with my brother, sister, our best friends, right on the sidewalk, practicing all of our moves, his choreography on videos. This person is not the highest scored as of tonight, also not the lowest scored. I think he's right in the middle. But I think this person has the most potential to move forward and move up in the ranks because of previous talent, previous performance, experience, and the right focus. This person said that he's not going to worry about anything but do exactly what his instructor asks him to do. I think that's very important. So I'm going to go with this person who's known to rock the mic like a vandal. I hope he wins Dancing with the Stars and starts a scandal. My first pick is Vanilla Ice.
Woohoo! Word to your mother, Rosalinda. Gosh darn it, I really wanted him. He was high on my list too. Nice pick, Rosalinda. Okay, Chris, it goes to you.
All right.
Okay. Well, gosh, I just thought that everybody would sleep on Lori Hernandez. You know, being that nobody's heard of her, she's never been in the Olympics or anything. Okay, so I am really excited about this because my backup pick is available. Rosalinda, I do have to tell you that I have a special place in my heart for Vanilla Ice, and I hope he does well. But I am going to go with a guy who is an absolute pro on Dancing with the Stars, and he does a fantastic job with all of his students. And another person who is an absolute pro, whose IMDb resume reads like the Constitution. She's been at it for a long time, and I'm going with Mary Lou Henner and Derek Huff.
I knew it. Good pick, Chris. Very good pick. Yeah, wasn't she cute when she found out that Derek was her partner? That was adorable. She's so
Yeah.
excited to work with him, so excited to be on the show. Great pick, great pick. Okay, so Chris, you're going to be starting round 2 for us, but before we go to that, Rosalinda, I just want to check in with you about some stuff that's going on over in Wexford. You were talking about your supper club that you're having.
Well, in the festival coming up, we always like to do a supper club night where we go to high-end restaurants and have like fire shrimp and oysters and very, very exclusive type foods and cocktails. Then we have a nice formal sit-down dinner and an hour and a half of general dancing. We know it's a good hit because people thank us profusely, and then they keep asking us, when's the next one? You have to let us know when your next supper club is.
That's awesome. And we're taking some look right now at some photos of your studio. It's such a beautiful studio, and what I'm noticing is your great lighting.
Oh, thank you. Yes, we train heavily on great private lessons, great group classes and practice sessions. I think what you're looking at is a practice session. We do have a whole new lighting system we're trying out. It's called Life X. Those are LED lights that are Wi-Fi controlled. And there's a music visualizer, which helps the lights move to the beat of the music. There are 5 million different colors that it can produce. And you can even, one of those pictures there has a Latin theme. You can set the lights to a theme. Maybe it's a Thanksgiving theme or a winter theme where it fades from blue to white and then back to blue and back to white. So we're loving those lights, and we create very much like a club type atmosphere. So we call our practice sessions Club Arthur.
I like that. That's really, really fun. I noticed too, the last picture was actually showing some of the staff training that you do.
Oh yeah, that's the glue that puts it all together. We're big on continual top-notch dance training for our staff. They love to take dance lessons, as you can see. Who doesn't? I think you can see Taras Denishenko there, checking them out. He's not letting them miss one thing in their dancing. Can you see that?
Yeah, James, can you pull up that last photo again? From Rosalinda's. Yeah, there it is. And there's Taras right by the mirror, checking everybody's feet, their lines, their position, making sure they're all just picture perfect. And they are, Rosalinda. Your staff looks great.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move to the next round. Chris, you're going to start off this time.
Okay, so she did a very sexy Viennese waltz in her debut, and I am really excited. I have to be honest, I'm not a huge country music fan, but I think that when someone, there's some people that just walk into a ballroom and it just fits, and you put the costume on, and then it really validates everything. And I think Jana Kramer, or Yana Kramer, I'll just call her Jerry. I don't care, but I'm so excited. And I think she's going to do really well on the show.
That was the steamiest Viennese waltz I think I've ever seen in my life. And you know, Gleb, I don't know how much you know about Gleb, Chris, but he's a good pick too, because he was on the American Dancing with the Stars, and I want to say season 16, and he didn't make it very far. But in Strictly Come Dancing in the UK, I believe he won. I know he competed in Australia as well, so he is definitely a seasoned professional. We just don't know him as well in America.
Right. Yeah, and I think, just the way that they, that expression, they threw out the gauntlet. Well, I think when you're making a dance that seems to be very elegant and classy and can sometimes be stuffy, and if you can have superlatives like sexy thrown out with a dance like that, then you know what you're doing. So I'm excited about that.
Good pick, Chris. Rosalinda, it's back to you.
I like it, Chris. You, I guess I took your Vanilla Ice, but you took my next 2 picks. So, okay, those are good choices. My next choice, I'm going to go with, I think, the favorite on Monday night, well, after the Latina gymnast, James Hinchcliffe, the race car driver. He seems determined. He looks talented. And I think from his track record, literally track record, he knows how to win. So I'm going to go with James Hinchcliffe.
Good pick. I've got to tell you, when I was leaving my studio today, of course, they all knew I was picking Lori first, but they kept going, get James, he's really good. And he was. He had such lovely carriage for week 1. He really looked good. I think you've got a good pick there, Rosalinda. Okay, it's back to me. And, okay, slim pickings getting there, but not yet, because I still have one of my top picks on the board. I thought that the smile was just infectious on this gentleman, and he may have size 15 feet and be extremely tall and have a lot of control to work toward. But to me, Megatron, Calvin Johnson, was so much fun to watch on that dance floor. He had such a great determination, and I think we've seen in the past that some of these football players really take it seriously. They're very competitive, they're in it to win it, and I'm hoping that Megatron does that this year on season 23. So my next pick is going to be Calvin Johnson.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, so before we go to commercial break, Chris, let's talk a little bit about what's going on over on your side of the country. You have a huge district showcase this weekend.
Yes, that is true. It is like preparing for, I don't know, a big Game of Thrones battle. I don't know how to describe it. It's mega.
Yeah, I want to say you said there are over 8,000 entries.
Yeah, we got over 8,000 entries. We our event was a one-day event, and it got to a point where it was kind of consistently over 6,000 entries in a day, and we were done dancing by like 8 p.m. in the evening, and sometimes a little sooner than that. And so then we got the go-ahead from our corporate headquarters. They were nice enough to let us do this as a 2-day event, and so we've made the most of it, and it's allowed everyone a little bit more time. We had our very first lunch break, and I didn't know what to do with myself. I thought it was an error on the program, but we actually had a lunch break last time, so that was nice.
Chris, you and Daisy have a really cool philosophy about dancing at showcases, at competitions, about how the first 10 are kind of getting the jitters out. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we decided, one thing, we had a lot of students over the years early on that really were convinced that things like showcases were just for competitive-minded students, or like the top 1% of the student body, and really the way that we approached it was really from a confidence standpoint, and the purpose of any kind of exhibition, whether it's a piano recital or a basketball game, is just to develop your confidence when the pressure's on. And so we talk about that, this is kind of ultimately a showcase or any type of event where you're dancing in front of people. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to be able to be comfortable enough to dance in front of your most important audience, which is your friends and family, when it's not some organized activity and they just want to see your moves. And so we talk really openly about that with our students, and we broke it down in a kind of a physiological way in terms of how long it takes to be on the floor before you get the jitters out. And there's going to come a point where you're probably going to hate your teacher, and then there's going to come a point where you're going to be sad that you didn't dance enough, and there's going to come a point where you're too tired to care. And so we break that all down for them so they understand kind of how to be strategic about getting the best possible result for their own confidence.
That's awesome. And Chris, you are certainly an expert in all things ballroom, as we can all see by your wonderful blog. James, if you could pull that image up again. If you go to arthurmurraylive.com/blog, you will have the wonderful privilege of reading some of the articles written by Chris Lynam. Chris is certainly an expert in our industry and has some outstanding tips and articles to help students understand the process of learning a little bit better, to understand a little bit more about what Arthur Murray's all about, and then also just to kind of get to know us. I mean, what are some of your favorite things to write about, Chris?
Oh, gosh. I love doing, I think taking any of the myths off the table, the things that have always held people back or make people nervous to walk in. I mean, we've all been there where we've walked into a gym and felt like everyone was on the Olympic weightlifting team and looking at you and upset that you're there. And so you feel really, you feel uncomfortable, and it's no different with a dance studio. And so I always feel like if I can write something that speaks to that takes away the myths and describes what the experience is going to be like, I love doing that because I feel like that always helps people make that first step through the door. And then I loved writing, like, really, I tell stories and I use a lot of analogies. So writing stuff like comparing their dance lessons to Game of Thrones, or
I love that one.
We did like the 50 movie, like top movie scenes, and anything that's kind of like offbeat or pop culture. I love doing that stuff too.
So cool. Well, we love your articles, Chris. So much fun. Definitely check out arthurmurraylive.com/blog. When we return, we're going to do our last 2 rounds of fantasy dancing with the star drafting. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Ever need a doctor after hours? Well, searching won't help. But what do? You could go to the urgent care or ER, but if only there was a better way. Introducing the MNO Plus card. No waiting rooms, no copay, no consultation fee, giving you 24/7 access to a doctor by phone or online. It's easy to get started with affordable plans starting at $15 a month for a family of 5. For more information, visit mnoplus.com today.
Welcome back to On the Ballroom Beat. I'm Monia Berger here with Chris Lynam from California and Rosalinda Cardinalli from Pennsylvania. We are in the middle of our live Fantasy Dancing with the Stars draft. And the pick is back to me. And so let's start round 3 with... Okay, so one of the things that I hear the most in the studio is I wish I would have started this earlier. I wish I would have done this when I was younger. So often people are saying, you know, I wish I hadn't put it off so long. And we all know that when you are young, you pick up really quickly, really easily. And that is why my next pick, I'm going to go for the young ones. Jake T. Austin is dancing with Jenna. It's her first year as a pro. I know she's super excited to be a part of the show in that capacity. And let's face it, Jake clearly has a crush on her, so they will probably be rehearsing many, many hours and get very good at their dancing. So my next pick is Jake. Rosalinda, over to you.
Nice pick. Yeah, I think he started off a little slow on purpose to throw people off his game. But he's a Disney star, and he has all that energy and youthful. The younger you are, the faster you learn. So good choice. Good choice. So then I'm going to go with my next choice. Again, someone who's breaking the mold. This person seems like a fighter. She seems very strong. Frankly, she did very good, I thought, in her dancing. She had nice footwork. Len said she is small in stature, but big in heart. So I'm going to go with Tara Jolie. Is that how I pronounce her last name, Jolie?
I think it's Jolie, but I know exactly who you're talking about, and she was a little firecracker on Monday night, no doubt about it. Good pick, Rosalinda, and I think that the audience loved her.
They loved her. I think she'll go pretty far.
Chris, over to you.
Okay, so we're talking about people that had sometimes someone comes in and yeah, they couldn't have started when they were like Jake Austin's age, but then that also fuels the fire and makes them want to work even harder. They don't take it for granted. And that's why I'm going to pick someone who's also near and dear to my heart, and that is Maureen McCormick.
Marsha.
Yes, I think she definitely has. She could probably blend right in at any of our dance-oramas. I would, if she was my student, I'd have her competing in Ladies A, even though she's probably a Ladies B. And I think that she's got a really elegant look on the dance floor.
I agree with you. And you know what, Chris? She's Lady C. Can you believe that? She did beautifully. Yeah. She's in her 60s. Amazing. Really, really excited about her. Okay. I will give you guys an update on something we're doing in Palm Harbor. This is really fun. We are going to be holding the Glass Slipper Gala in November. On November 11th, we are going to be in the Castle Ballroom. It's so beautiful. Bob Long is going to be coming to adjudicate for us, and just a really beautiful venue, a wonderful atmosphere. We've got a lot of great student participation. Our Glass Slipper Gala, again, November 11th. We are so excited to have our students involved in it. Such a good way to get them started, the new competitors, right, to have a first step, and our experienced competitors to get some great feedback before they head over to Superama, World-O-Rama.
Well, and that guy giving the feedback is none other than the chairman of the board. So you picked a great one to be.
Yeah, you don't get much better than Bob Long in that category. We're very, very excited to have him.
Syllabus.
Yeah, I know, that's what I said. I'm like, he wrote the book, so it'll be good to have him taking a look at everybody's dancing and giving them some encouragement. And then he's going to be doing coaching the next day, which I'm really excited about. Our students are thrilled to death. And speaking of Superama and World-O-Rama, are you guys going to be there?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I believe Superama, Rosalinda, you've got a big group going.
Yeah, there are 11 of us going, and this year I believe we're all veterans. Everyone has been to Superama before once or 10 times.
That's awesome. Chris, what about you?
I will be probably available via satellite, but my wife is due for our 4th baby, so that's going to be somewhere in mid-October. So I'm not sure if I will be in a delivery room or if I will be walking around shushing a baby with 0 sleep in my system. I don't know.
Oh, gosh. Well, the best wishes to you and Daisy. I'm so excited about another little Lynam joining the dancing family. What about World-O-Rama? Do you guys have plans to go to World-O-Rama in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
We do not. We have a lot of other things going on at that time of year, so we won't be at this one.
What about you, Chris?
I'm sure we do. It's nice with our collection of schools. Like we've got a good, we'll have representation from all the students and teachers. They all know each other, and we are all together at the event. So we'll probably have a potpourri of students from Northern California that'll be there.
Nice. We're really excited to go to World-O-Rama, especially since it's basically in our backyard. So for a lot of our students, actually for all of them, this will be their first World-O-Rama. They've been to Dance-O-Rama, but not World-O-Rama before. So we are thrilled about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys ready for the last round?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
Chris, you're first.
Okay, so I'm going to pick a wild card here, and I think this is a really savvy move on the producer's part from Dancing with the Stars to not just pick your typical celebrities, but to pick people that can be celebrities in a different medium. And I'm going to pick the best digital celebrity that's out there, even though she's been a model and everything, but she is like a Twitter megastar. Yes. And I'm going to pick Amber Rose and Max Schmirkovsky.
You know, Chris, I think that's a good pick, especially because the fans are so excited to have Max back. That I think that the fans are going to work to keep him in regardless of how Amber dances. That's right. And I think she's an example of somebody, I mean, sure, she has like 3.5 million Twitter followers. But I think that she also, you can't, she's 5'9", you can't teach tall, and she's striking. And I think if she can stay smiling and engaged and really stick to the process, I think Max is a savvy enough professional to get her on board. And I think if she can get it together, I think she has a really high potential for a great turnaround. Very cool. Good pick. Rosalinda, who's your wild card?
Well, that was my next pick. So now it's just a toss-up at this point. I don't really have a preference, but I'm going to go with somebody who knows music very well. Again, close to my heart, who's won 11 Grammys. Very smooth dancer, very graceful dancer already, out of the box. I'm going to go with Babyface.
Good pick. Rosalinda, I think you've got a good one there because, again, the musicality certainly has to be there for him to have the background in music that he has. And boy, he was very sentimental about his journey in the dancing, and it's only just begun. So I look forward to watching his journey too. Oh boy, you guys have left me in a real tight spot. Thanks so much for that. Let's see what to do. Do I pick the politician who I think is going home or Ryan Lochte, who's the most controversial person on the board? I guess I'll go with controversy. I'll go ahead and take Ryan Lochte. Certainly, they say negative publicity is publicity, and he certainly has gotten some of the most passionate attention I've ever seen on Dancing with the Stars in the past. Cheryl Burke actually taught one of her partners for Dancing with the Stars at the Arthur Murray Dance Studio in Palm Harbor. So I have seen her teaching before, and I like that she starts with the basics. She doesn't just rush straight into choreography. She did a lot of nice basic technique and things like that with her partner. So hopefully she'll be able to whip him into shape. And boy, everybody loves an underdog, and maybe that's what Ryan will be. So thank you, Chris and Rosalinda, for joining me today. This was tremendous fun. I'm so excited to play this season. So here's how it goes from here. I will keep track of the scores for you. Each week I'll update you via text so you know where you're at. Any of the scores that happen this Monday don't count, so those are non-existent essentially. But starting next Monday, anytime that somebody holds a paddle up, those are your points. So the scores will come out. I'll update our viewers each week on the rank that we're in, and then we'll touch base again midway through the season. Sound good?
Sounds fantastic.
Thanks again for joining us, Chris, Rosalinda, such a pleasure. And to our viewers, make sure that you tune in next week. We're going to be talking about our work with Lighthouse for the Visually Impaired and Blind. Jamie Mick, the former president of Lighthouse Pasco, will be joining us. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you tune in on the Ballroom Beat.
Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. You got 2 left feet. Get on the ballroom beat. They're dancing in the street. They're on the ballroom beat. We can tango, we can swing, we can do anything. Walk in through the door and waltz on the floor. You wanna feel the heat? Get on the ballroom beat. Cha-cha on the ballroom beat. Foxtrot on the ballroom beat. Salsa on the ballroom beat.